Hello and welcome back to PowerWash Simulator. When we last left off, we had started cleaning there we go, the fire station. And we're gonna keep on that. I wanted to start trying to do a little more recording a little more frequently than I do. My recording days tend to be pretty limited, and I try not to record at odd hours. As I've mentioned, I do not live alone, and I try to be respectful of person. Hold on. Okay. Uh-oh. Didn't mean to do that. There we go. As it turns out, sometimes having a cat can be a frustrating endeavor. He's cute, but sometimes there's a level of cleaning up after a cat that is monumentally frustrating. If you know, you know. But yeah, I was saying that I wanted to get into a better groove when it comes to recording. But it takes me an hour or about an hour to do episodes for this. Were I doing this in 30-minute bursts, it would be less of an issue. But because I'm not, and I try to get other stuff done during the day as well, it's generally pretty limiting. So I try to string together days when I'm cleaning, when I'm playing. So I, try to do a couple episodes a day, and a couple days in a row. Doesn't always work out that way, though. Which can be a little annoying because it means, not actually being able to get a reasonable amount pre-recorded, which, in and of itself can be a bit of a nightmare. And, being ahead of myself affords me the ability to, stay on top of things and not have to scramble to get an episode recorded. And sometimes that happens, and sometimes it's a matter of not actually having the time to sit down. Which is why I try not to beat myself up over it. But I also, have a bit of a deadline, because while these episodes are a lot quicker uploading, I think it's because of the sheer amount of... Actually, I'm not entirely sure why, because the Dragon Quest episodes uploaded and would take like an hour and a half, and that was just uploading. And I wonder if it's because technically the files are less complex. Yes, the files are big, but they're not any bigger than they were, but on top of them being big, they're just, not as difficult files. There we go. But yeah, I wonder if that's it. Um, let's see. So, oh, we may have to pull out the cleaner on this. Because it looks like we've got a bit of corrosion. Oh no. No, that's just mold. Interesting. There we go. I'll try and keep this cladding clean. We're gonna call it an awning because I didn't know what it was called at all. So actually, we have to. I'm not gonna be able to get off rust, of course, but I can do what I can. And I left all that dirty. I do appreciate, though. Yeah. The rust is coming off without assistance. I do appreciate, though, the rate in which this kind of eats through the dirt. I do want to get the higher tier one still, though. I think that one's like 2,000. And, no thank you. At the moment. Okay. Let's actually clean this wall while we're at it, because I started here and didn't finish. I am still needing to put that list together. I will completely admit that me not putting it together rather, is more, matter of me completely forgetting the moment I walk away from the computer, and was not wanting to. It's not a particularly difficult thing to do. Just walk away from the computer and completely forget what I was doing, or which, could be remedied by making a list, but or making a list to make a list. No, I'm sorry. That giving myself a reminder. It would make life easier. Stick a big old reminder on a monitor, and I have to, address it before I do anything else. That would help, I think. Okay, let's go back to the stubby, so we can do this here. Get all this here. All that gunk on the underside of the overhang. But I was also thinking of the games I don't think I will play for the channel. So I have I actually have all of the Dishonored games, and I've played a bit of the first one. I never got very far. Uh, I got, I think, maybe an hour into the game before I had to stop, and it wasn't for any particular reason. Um, just I put it down and never came back to it. But that is the way that I am with video games. Sometimes I will put a game down for ages and then come back to it one day and go, why did I stop playing this? And it's never for any solid reason. Not like I don't like the game. Um, it's more a fact that I will hyper focus on something so hard that it's all I do, and then I kind of burn myself out of the game. Uh, that's why it took me so long to finish Breath of the Wild when I first played it, and it's kind of why I haven't continued to play Tears of the Kingdom. It's a good game, and I like it a lot, but I kind of burnt myself out of it because it was kind of all I was playing. Outside of, 'cause I got it day one. Um, but outside of playing for the channel, I wasn't doing much else. And it's kind of, yeah, no, I kind of burnt myself out of it, and I need to put it away for a while and come back to it at a later point because that's how my brain works, and I know that. Um, which I think is part of the reason that I had the issue that I did with Dragon Quest, recognizing that and I still do that to myself. It's kind of a travesty. It's oh, a smiley face. Uh, I still do it to myself, knowing that that's going to be the result. You'd think I'd learn, but I'm hurt at it. So, hold, please. Okay. Let's make sure we're not doing that. What was I say? I think I was talking about burning out of games. That doesn't. No, I'm saying it doesn't follow the laws of gravity. Of course it doesn't. Have you seen this game? Occasionally you can cheese your way up a wall. So, I'm not gonna do that, of course, but you could if you wanted to, probably. But, yeah, no, playing for the channel is, kind of a balance between getting a decent amount of stuff done quickly, and I never noticed that they staggered these windows. Uh, but getting enough done in decent enough chunks that I can, kind of step away from the game and completely wrecking myself and my ability to continue playing the game. Um, try not to do that to myself. Also, I would like to note for the record that this is one of the only places I can understand being as filthy as it is. Like, I even get the moss. Because, like, water, the water hitting the building and moss maybe already being there, yeah, that makes sense. I even get the mold. And the rest of it is just kind of soot from smoke, and that can just be down to practice fires. But I feel like they would do those on different sites, not like directly at the firehouse, despite the tower. Uh, there we go. There we are. I keep thinking of me playing through here the first time and kind of coming through subsequent times and realizing I don't think I had this washer every time that I've come through here. Um, Actually, there's precedence for me. Good market. There is actually precedence for me grabbing the step ladder now. Because I need to clean above the window. There we go. That is still filthy. We can clean up here while we're at it. Yep. Always a riot figuring out where you can put that. Because you can't really see it. But that's a little better. Not perfect, but much better. One thing I'm not looking forward to is doing the tower, which takes an inordinate amount of time. Come on. There we go. Get this overhang. And I also kind of want to be ahead of myself because the 18th is coming, and as silly as this sounds, an album is coming out, and I kind of want to spend the day listening to it. If you are aware, awesome. If you are unaware and are a fan, or at the very least enjoy his work, this year actually has an album coming out, and it comes out on the 18th. If you know, like, don't follow his work that closely, you may not have known that, but he's got some EPs out, or he's got an EP out, and he's released a number of songs off of the album, which is really great, and it's actually really good. This is also the first time I've caught an album release of his. I wasn't listening to him in 2014 when his eponymous album was released. Admittedly, that I could have been, but I was not, which also means that I was not listening to him when his second album released in 2019. And it wasn't actually until, I think 2021? Yeah, let's say 2021, because I think I was working at the newspaper that I worked at. I'd say support your local media, and I do agree with that statement. It's just sometimes people are terrible, and I don't want to support that. And the dude who ran the paper that I worked at was actually kind of a terrible person. So, support local media, but also don't support dick wipes. And I think that is the first official. I don't want to say swearing. It's not technically the first bit of swearing I've done on the channel. That distinction goes to the hearty proclamation that I made during the Dragon Quest run. Because, oof. And admittedly, I did not see it coming. I don't think I had gotten that. Well, no. I knew it was there. I think I just had forgotten that it was there. Because, I think I said early on, I was kind of just working off of memory. And it had been a good long while since I'd actually picked the game up. And because it had been that long, I'd simply forgotten. We're gonna also need to grab the ladder soon, I think. So we can get the top portion of the wall. There we go. So let's go do that. And actually, we could probably stand to just start cleaning up here. Or, I could just make it easier on myself and do it the reasonable way, like a normal human being. But why do that? Let's just get up here. But yeah, his album comes out on the 18th, and I would like to spend the day just kind of chilling and being in my feelings. Because there are some very poignant songs on there I already know. And that is a little over a week from today. Like I said, it comes out on the 18th, and I want to be emotionally devastated by the lovely Irishman. So, I think that's what I am aiming to do. And as a result, in order to give myself that day, I know I could just take the day if I wanted to, but I'd feel guilty about it. I made a commitment to doing these videos, and I intend to actually do them. Um, and incidentally enough, that's kind of how I knew that, you know, the Dragon Quest series was probably going to have to end. Because feelings aside, I kind of had gotten to a point where it's like, I know I made this commitment, but like the prospect of even stepping in front of my computer right now just fills me with a level of not anxiety, just, you know that feeling you get when you get up and you have to go to school and you just kind of throw a mini temper tantrum and then put your pants on, or you have to go to work and you don't want to, so you throw a mini temper tantrum and you put your pants on and go. Yeah, it was kind of one of those. And I actually had gotten to a point where I was feeling super bad about it. Oh no, that's a. Oh, okay. As it turns out, the side counts. Um, no. There we go. We'll put that there. Pause. Okay, that's the chance to do all of this. But yes, I would like to be emotionally devastated by the Irishman and maybe spend the day, kind of thumbing through Dante's Inferno, since that's what the album is based on. Because if you're gonna make an album, why not ruin people with it, I can get on board with that. Get that bit there. And I would like to do it without guilt. I am not Catholic. I just have anxiety. I feel like somebody would make the argument that those are the same thing, but, I've been to a Catholic church once. And, I didn't hate it, but Catholicism is not my bag. For a multitude of reasons. The Catholic Church has a lot of things to answer for. I'm trying not to be political, not because I don't care, but because this is a space that I'm curating for, partially for myself, honestly. There we go. I don't know that wasn't placing. But yeah, no, I kind of try to curate a space that I would want to be in, and sometimes talking about politics is exhausting, especially when you exist in a sphere as a um, inherently political being. Um, my existence is politicized regardless of how I feel about it. Being a marginalized person in a nation that does not much care for people like me. And you can take that statement however you wish. I'm not going to apologize for it. Uh, there we go. Uh, that's kind of that's supposed to be there. It's a little close to the window. Go back up a bit. I know I could have, been doing this the entire time, but you'd think I'd know better. Uh, I never said I was good at video games, I just said I enjoyed them. Let's be honest here. I am not good at video games. I never have been, but I have fun, so that's the important thing. In that bit there. Wait, can I? Yeah, I can. Okay. That way I can clean here. And I can stick there. Awesome. That there. Clean the window from here. And of course I have to get more of the frame, but we'll get that in a second. Oh, hey, how's Trick? Still loving spraying your... yes? Narrowly missed out on another RP today. This thing was uglier than a chihuahua chewing a wasp, but it would have been my little wasp chewing choo-choo. Do people... You know what? I'm going to go ahead and believe that people call them choo-choos. Switch back to the stubby. Yeah, okay. There we go. There we go. And of course we'll go back and yeah. I'll do that now. And while we're at it, grab bits of the siding, of the cladding, or the wall that we missed. It's not a ton, but it's a decent enough amount. Switch the extension. There we go. And that giant thing in the background there is the tower that we're gonna have to clean. I'm admittedly kind of just stealing myself for it. Not that I don't want to clean it. I don't mind cleaning it, but it can be a pain. There we go. And we're not gonna get, like, all of the cladding. Yeah. That works a bit. There's, there's still more to do, so. Let's grab that. I clean the vent. Let's not do that. That's not what I wanted. I wanted the metal cleaner. There we go. We will switch back to the 15, and we will continue moving on. We have enough of that done that it wouldn't hurt terribly. To just move on. And get underneath the ladder because that's a pain. Okay, there we go. Get all that up here. And I know that, like, theoretically speaking, I'm not going to be able to do the rest of that until... Oh, not theoretically speaking, just genuinely. I'm not going to be able to do the rest of that until I get to the top of the building. There we go. Yeah, the rest of it's up there. Ooh. I don't think I ever noticed that. Let's take care of this here. There. Awesome. And same thing with the wall topper. Put that there for a second. Some of this stuff can't be cleaned until you get up, which is fine. Awesome. Cool. But I think I was saying that there was games that I definitively know before I got into a bit about music. I was saying that there are a number of games that I know I don't want to play for the channel, partially because they're going to take a while, and I know they're going to take a while. As much as I would love the idea of playing Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom for the channel, I know that's not happening. Not just because currently I don't have a capture card, but because it's an open world game, and given the opportunity, I will wander, and instead of going on to the main objective, I will find myself kind of meandering from point to point. And I know that's kind of part of the point of playing games like that, but admittedly, it doesn't necessarily make for compelling content. Uh, I can't say that it would be terribly exciting to watch. I think I may have to pull out the cleaner on this one. Also, I feel like this definitively should, in fact, be stone, but, like, I know brick isn't technically stone, but you know what I mean. It feels, I think we need some of that going. There we go. So, we are good on that wall. We can move on to this. More cladding. This isn't one of the main doors, so I have questions. And we got another vent. That's probably going to need more metal cleaner. There we go. One clean window. Um, I feel like using this going in circles is also really helpful. Okay, go back to 15. Let's start on this. Yeah, that's gonna need more. That's gonna need a metal cleaner, which is fine. Um, but getting back to the subject of games I'm not gonna play for the channel, I said the Dishonored series. Uh, Even if I do get a capture card, I don't think I'm going to play some of the uh, oh, okay. Gonna stick that there, because we're gonna need that soon. And stick that there so we can clean up here. No, we're not actually going up there. We're just gonna clean this cladding. Clean this little bit right here. And that is the extent of the cladding we're cleaning for now, until we get to the top. Actually, let's leave that there, so it's not in the way when we're doing this. But there won't be any of the Dishonored games, because I know myself well enough to know that I need something fairly linear. There's not going to be... I don't think I don't know if I'd play the God of War games, not because, you know, they're necessarily violent or bloody. I have not actually, despite the fact that I have access to both of the new games, I think I do. I think I have the first one on PC, and the version of the PlayStation that I bought came with Ragnarok. So I don't know if it's necessarily a great idea to play those. I'll have to sit down and see how open versus linear they are. And if they're more open than linear, I'd be willing to, you know, give them a shot. I'm sorry, if they're more linear than open, I'm willing to give them a shot. But if they're more open than linear, I don't think that's a good idea. Purely on the merit of knowing myself. Same thing with, some of the other games that I have. I might play... I have, access to the first 3 Devil May Cry games, and I've got access to a number of RPGs. I think I have access... No, I don't have access to Kingdom Hearts. I don't have access to that anymore. Not right now. But Kingdom Hearts is kind of one of those games that I think I played purely out of obligation. I know I've played the most recent one kind of out of obligation because I'd gotten so far. I technically still haven't beaten the first game though. I don't think I will be playing the Dragon Quest Builder games. I feel bad for saying it, but I didn't entirely enjoy them. And I had hoped to, I had hoped to like them better. And I didn't. Which always makes me feel really bad. I always feel really bad when there's a game that, like, I swear up and down that I'm gonna love, not because it's popular, but because it's the kind of game that's right up my alley, and then it's like, oh, no, I actually kind of hate this. And before people lambast me for it, I will say, for the record, yes, I know it should have been up my alley because this is a kind of, like, it's one of those games, but I didn't like the Luigi's Mansion games. I didn't like, I bought it pretty early. No, I think it had been out for a year or so by the time I bought it. And not the first one, but the most recent one. You know, and maybe that's part of the problem. Didn't buy the most, I didn't buy the first game. So I never got the hype of the Luigi's Mansion games. I think I was, you know, already missing something. when I began playing 3. Um, and again, I feel really bad because it's like that game should have been right up my alley. It wasn't. But on principle of being shamed for it, I refuse to feel shamed for it. No, when I took the game back, uh, I made the erroneous assumption of thinking that having an opinion on things was a thing that I was allowed to do as a gamer. When I took it back, the guy at GameStop shamed me for it. Um, and I don't know about you, but the ire that I felt for that just was overwhelming and just, you know, how do you shame someone for having an opinion on video games? Like, an opinion has no objective fact to it. One is allowed to, exercise that opinion. If I say that I didn't enjoy, uh, I don't know, if I didn't enjoy the Kirby games, just, I've tried and I've tried. That is not to say that I have not enjoyed the Kirby games. I have actually never played one. Um, I've genuinely never played a Kirby game in its entirety. I've played demos of I played a demo of the current game. I've played demos of some of the other games, but I have never actually played a Kirby game in its entirety. If I'm remembering correctly, the first Kirby game came out on the Game Boy, and I didn't have one. I wanted one. I wanted one so very badly. Uh, but I didn't have one, and I could probably go out and buy one now, but I feel like going out and buying one now would be absurdly expensive given the circumstances. And I think there are a number of Kirby games on the the Switch for the uh paid service that they do. Uh, hmm, I may sit down and figure out how I feel about the games if they're there. I make no promises. I want to go into it objectively. And, being subject to the pressure of others is not a good way to get into playing a video game. And we're gonna finish this up here. Let's grab this ladder and let's head here. We'll finish up this bit here and then we will call it good. Okay. So, we're not going to finish all of that, but that's actually where we're going to call it for today. So, I have been Dorknot. This has been PowerWash Simulator, and when we come back, we are going to continue on cleaning the Firehouse. And if you enjoyed this video, or any of the videos in the series, or any of the videos that I've ever done, please consider giving this video a like, consider giving the channel a subscribe so it boosts metrics, and consider leaving hitting the notification bell so you know when I upload, even if it is really, really regularly. I also have a coffee. You can find me at coffee.com/Dorkanaut. That is ko-fi.com/Dorkanaut. Uh, Feel free to leave me a tip if you're so inclined, but please don't feel obligated. Uh, yeah. Come see me again, won't you? Bye.